we should start talking about Manchester United. They did put on a dominant display in the Europa League last night. They came out 3-0 winners against Sheriff, but the headlines have been dominated by Antony's needless skill, some people say.
Pirouette.
It was maybe needless, but he still did it in the middle of the park when no one was around him. Here's the United boss, Erik ten Hag, speaking after the game about how he expects better from his winger.
I don't have a problem with that as long as it's functional, but so also from him, I demand more. More runs behind, more often in the box, more followers in, and more tempo dribbles especially, and more playing in the pocket. So we demand more dominance in this game. And when now and then there is a trick like that, it's nice. As long as it's functional, if you're not losing the ball, if you're attracting plays, then it's okay. But it's a trick. Because of a trick, then I will correct him.
Robbie Savage said it was embarrassing. Paul Scholes, I think it was quite tongue-in-cheek, said it's not entertainment or skill. Owen Hargreaves actually said, and when he said it seriously, and then afterwards realised how stupid it sounded and laughed. He said, 1 turn's okay, but 2... I'm like, what? 1 turn's okay? But this is how I saw it, right?
Yep.
United knew what they were getting when they bought Antony, right? He's that kind of winger. We've seen it throughout his career at United, that very, very short career he's had where the right boot goes over the ball and goes flip, 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 then the left one goes flip, 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 and then goes over and over.
I don't know what you just said. I don't know what you've just said.
When he does that, like flippers, like you don't know which way he's going to hit the ball, right? We saw that so many times. We used to see that with Ronaldo when we bought Ronaldo from Sporting.
Yeah,
right?
and Fergie soon knocked that out of him.
Right. Well, he still has that in his game.
No, but not like he used to when he first turned up.
No, you're right. We've seen Richarlison juggle the ball. Was it Ellen Road?
No, it was at Forest.
Forest, you're right, sorry, at Forest. We've seen that. I like it. I like seeing players show their personality off on the pitch, right? It made me smile. I also think from a defender's perspective, or even midfield or whoever, that they might get a bit peeved off with him and kick him up in the air, and they might get a yellow card or get booked. So I think it could help Man United in the not long run, but you know what I mean. There might be a moment in the game where a player on the other team loses his head and just goes for him, but also. So much football is bland. We've come in, that game was so dull last night. I like it. It made me smile. Football's an entertainment. Why can't he express himself that?
See, this is what, and this I'm going to say the exact same thing as I said when it was with Richarlison. So, first and foremost, obviously my favourite player was arguably the best showboater of all time in Ronaldinho.
Right.
But I felt like most things that he did was with purpose. So when you see him do the flip-flap or you see him flick over someone's head, he's going past someone. So I've not got a problem with Antony doing the double pirouette.
Is that the official name?
No, but it is a pirouette.
It's around the world, and I call it around the world.
Okay, well, either one of us is right. Was it a bit needless? Yeah. Did he need to do it? Absolutely not. But he did it. But I've got no problem with him doing that. But if the next challenge had come in and someone had absolutely smashed him, I would have no problem with that either. And I said the exact same thing about Richarlison. I haven't really got a problem with him doing that. But I have no problem with what he received after he did that bit of skill. So,
see, here's the thing. After he did it, he played a ball and it was a bad ball. It was a little bit too much pace, right?
No.
Here's the thing. If he did the little round the world twice and flicked through a ridiculous ball and United had a shot and it was safe, or United had a shot and we scored, we'd be sitting here now saying, he's a genius.
Yeah, but that's the fine line that it is. Like, but the thing is that he did
but the skill part is the same.
Yeah, but the skill part is the same, but the end product is not there.
So what are people moaning about? The fact that he did it and it led to nothing?
Well, I get it. Some people are saying that it's a bit disrespectful. There was no need for him to do it when he was in acres of space on his own. A little bit disrespectful to the opposition. But as I said, I don't have a problem with him doing it. But also, as I said, that if the next challenge had come in and someone had lifted him up and put him into the stand, I'd have no problem with that either. Because if you're going to do these type of things, then you got to expect what people to come after you, like Richarlison got as well. So, of course, if he'd done the pirouette, set somebody up, we'd all be saying what a bit of skill that was, and look what he's done. He's created an opportunity. But I think the reason why so many people have got a problem with it is because he did it and then passed the ball out of play. Because it's a bit pointless.
The night before Spurs were actually in the Champions League, Emerson Royale, I think it was Emerson Royale,
tried a no-look and did the same thing, passed it out of play.
That was even worse, the no-look pass, right? Now, the no-look pass, I just don't... What's the point of the no-look pass? I understand.
I don't mind it, because Ronaldinho used to do it.
Yeah, but you're talking about the best in the world.
Thierry used to do it.
Yeah, okay, one of the best ever. Right?
So when these guys...
But Emerson Royale, wing back at Spurs, should not be doing the no-look pass.
And pass it completely out of play as well.
It was awful.
Awful.
I mean, it was literally like he didn't look.
Yeah, the no-look's a weird one, but... As I said, I've got no problem. I'm not going to come on here and say, it's a disgrace, because I like people who express themselves. And as I said, my favourite player was Ronaldinho, who expressed himself better than anybody.
Did you ever do step overs?
No, never.
Did you never do it?
No, that just wasn't part. Maybe once or twice, but I ain't trying to do no pirouettes.
Do you remember when we played a few weeks back, the day I did my Achilles?
Yeah.
I did about 5 step-overs, and I was so tired I just fell over.
You just fell over. Do you know what? Do you remember the David Dunn one when he tried to do and he fell over?
Round the back, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and he
fell
tripped
over.
Yeah, they played that a million times.
But no,
I like it. I want to see more of it.
I've not got a problem with it, but as I said,
Okay.
I've not got problems with the repercussions either.
Okay, just a quick show of hands in the creche. Anyone got a problem with the Antony around the world? No, we all like it, right? It's all good. We want to see it. Okay.
He's full of confidence as well. He started off his United career well.
Yeah.
So he's full of confidence.
Very well. And also on his Instagram page when we signed him, that's one of his tricks that he does.
Yeah.
So he's uploaded that picture before, so I'd seen it before. More of it, please, if you're listening, Antony. I know he listens to Drive.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.